When Ukraine launches drones into Russian airspace and stops airports there, it is pursuing the goal of weakening the Russian economy, believes the founder of the charity organization Reactive Mail, military expert Pavel Narozhny. He said this on air at Radio NV. Several aviation experts have calculated how much the Russian Federation is losing on all these reroutes, flight stops, and the like. And we are talking about tens of billions of Russian rubles, that is, very large sums, considering how much we spend on the production and launch of these drones. That is, incomparable sums, he noted. According to him, air transport is very important for Russians, because there are regions in Russia that cannot be reached from Moscow by any other means except by plane. Narozhny also does not rule out that these attacks are support for the probable thesis of U.S. President Donald Trump, voiced in a conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky about strikes on Moscow, as reported earlier by Western media. At the same time, Narozhny explained why the Ukrainian military manages to carry out such attacks. He believes that the Russians simply lack air defense, including over Moscow. And, he says, Ukrainian drones, like the Russian Shahids, are also being improved and are also trying to come in from a higher altitude and dive, meaning that Ukraine is using the same methods as the enemy. Regarding the required number of air defense systems. Firstly, the air defense system must be echeloned, that is, several different systems, small radius, medium radius, large radius, depending on the type of object being protected. There are different estimates of how much air defense is needed to cover Moscow, and right now it is simply unrealistic to do so. Because most of these systems are located in the occupied territory of Ukraine, and our specialists are systematically destroying these air defense systems, the expert explained. As reported earlier, drones attacked Moscow and the Moscow region on the night of July 20th, causing fires and shutting down airports. Russian media reported that due to the drone raid, all Moscow airports, Sheremetyevo, Domodedovo, Vnukovo and Zhukovsky, stopped accepting and sending planes. On the night of July 17th, drones also attacked Moscow and a number of other Russian cities. Drones also reached St. Petersburg. Leningrad Region Governor Alexander Drozdenko said that 2 of them were shot down early in the morning. The local Pulkovo airport also stopped operating. Ukraine's large-scale drone attack on Moscow and surrounding areas on Sunday morning paralyzed Russian airports. In Moscow, 160 flights faced delays overnight, and 31 were cancelled. At Sheremetyevo Airport in Moscow, 108 flights were delayed, with 29 cancellations. Domodedovo had 20 delayed and 2 cancelled, while 31 flights at Vnukovo were delayed. At Pulkovo, 23 flights were delayed and 23 cancelled, with an additional 24 cancellations for incoming flights. 2 flights were cancelled for both arrival and departure in Nizhny Novgorod. Yaroslav had 2 delayed departures, 1 to St. Petersburg and 1 to Moscow, as well as 1 delayed arrival. Pskov Airport saw 3 flight cancellations, and in Kaluga, 2 flights were cancelled and 2 delayed. Passengers are reportedly sleeping wherever they can and waiting for hours for their delayed flights. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, air defense forces shot down 364 drones and 2 guided bombs in 24 hours.
Все эти люди — это только наш один рейс.
Этот самолет приземлился вчера вечером.
Сейчас придут, прилетят через 10 минут.
А здесь официальную информацию дайте, сколько людям ждать. Мы стоим 12 часов здесь. Детям не дали ни гостиницы, ни воды, ничего.
гостинице, можете подняться наверх в оперативную.
Информационные стойки нас нафиг посылают.
Я говорю, напротив, я справа с информационной стойки оперативно обслуживаю.
Пиццы сказали, что я на свой ваучер ничего купить не смогу. Бутылку воды.
Просто перебор. Никакой информации, мы не можем обменять билеты. У меня пропали билеты Стамбул, Венеция, 3 билета. Сейчас каждый билет мне просит доплату $980. Вот то же самое, да. Вот то же самое. Вот что происходит? Хоть какая-то информация должна быть. Я не вижу его с 23:30. У всех билеты. Вот все возвращаются, но в конце концов какое-то уважение должно быть. У меня золотая карта Аэрофлота 23 года. Я вашей компанией пользуюсь. Это что такое вообще? Первый раз я с таким столкнулась.
Мы почти на курорте в Турции.